Hello everyone, so far we have studied diode in our classes. Today we will start a new topic which is bipolar junction transistor. Bipolar junction transistor, commonly known as BJT, is a three-terminal devices, and these three-terminal devices are far more useful than two-terminal such as diode, which we have already studied, because they can be used in multitude of applications ranging from signal amplification to the design of digital logic and memory circuit. The basic principle involved is the use of the voltage between two terminals to control the current flowing in the third terminal. In this way, a three terminal device can be used to realize a controlled source. The control signal can be used to cause the current in the third terminal to change from 0 to a large value, thus allowing the device to act as a switch. As we are going to study about BJT, I just want to quote some basics of BJT or some information about BJT. So BJT invented in 1948 at the Bell Telephone Laboratories in the era of solid state circuit, which led to electronic change the way we work, we play, and indeed live. The invention of the BJT also eventually led to the dominance of information technology and the knowledge based economy. The bipolar transistor enjoyed nearly 3 decades as the device of the choice in the design of the both discrete and integrated circuit. Although the MOSFET has been known very early on, it was not until the 1970s and 1980s that it became a serious competitor to the BJT. By 2019, the MOSFET was undoubtedly the most widely used electronic device, and CMOS technology is the technology of choice in the design of integrated circuit. In future, we will study about both MOSFET and CMOS technology. Nevertheless, the BJT remain a significant device that excel in the certain application. For instance, the reliability of BJT circuit under severe environment condition make them the dominant device in certain automotive applications. BJT remains popular in discrete circuit design in which a wide selection of BJT types are available to the designer. The BJT is still preferred device in very demanding analog circuit application, both integrated and discrete. This is especially true in very high frequency applications such as radio frequency circuits for wireless system. A very high speed digital logic circuit family based on bipolar transistor, namely emitter couple logic, is still in use. So this is some basics about or the introduction about BJT, that how BJT came into the society and how it become the uh, choice of the people. However, MOSFET is has replaced BJT in most of the application, but BJT is still one of the very important device in electronic and solid state circuit. Like I quoted, where we deal with the high frequency circuit, we usually use BJT. And why we do that, we will talk about it once we completed our lecture on MOSFET. For now, let's focus upon the BJT. So here we will talk about this structure of BJT and why they are called bipolar junction transistor. So basically, I have shown a very basic circuit or diagram or schematic diagram of BJT transistor. So if you show a picture, a simplified structure for the BJT, a practical transistor will be shown later when we will talk about BJT further, and we go into the depth. For now, the BJT consists of three semiconductor region, as you can see in the attached picture. If we see the emitter region here is N type, and the base region is P type, and again we are having N type collector region, right? So these type of transistors are called NPN transistor, Another transistor, a dual of the NPN, is also shown, has a p-type emitter. Here you can see, and n-type base, and we can also see a p-type collector. Such type of transistors are called PNP transistors. Okay, so a terminal, you can see the terminal, the emitter, base and collector, all region have the terminal. So a terminal is connected to each of three semiconductor region of the transistor with the terminal labeled, you can see emitter with E, base with B and collector with C. And if you look at the circuit more closely, the transistor consists of two PN junction. One PN junction is here and another PN junction is here. Similarly in this case, the reason we call them bipolar junction transistor is they have two PN junction, and these two PN junction makes them bipolar junction transistor. So these two junction, depending upon the bias condition, forward or bias, have different mode of operation. So we will look at these operation quickly. Okay, so BJT have following mode of operation. First of all, if we talk about the active mode, so the active mode, which is also called forward active mode, is the one used if the transistor is to operate as an amplifier. Okay, in this case we use emitter based junction in forward biased condition and collector base used in reverse bias direction. We will talk about active base or amplifier circuits in next lecture. Currently we are just talking about the four basic operations. Okay, so another application of transistor is switching, and for switching they utilize two modes. One is cutoff, and as name implies, in this mode both are in reverse direction, hence no current flow through it, and it gives you a cutoff or an open circuit like feeling. And another mode, which switching mode is uses saturation. In saturation, both emitter based junction and collector based junctions are forward biased. The other one, the reverse active or inverse mode, which you can see here, contain emitter based junction reverse and collector based junction forward. It usually has very limited application but is conceptually important. So in our future lecture we will talk about them one by one, starting with active mode. So let's tune for the next lecture.